What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel once again. And if you have subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you haven't, don't forget to subscribe. And in today's video, we're gonna build a spool for Arrma Vendetta or Infraction Mega. I know a lot of people like to run speed runs with those, but they Hot Racing just came out with this little product right here. We also got the gear for it, so you're gonna need a gear. You're also gonna need this little guy. If you don't got one, get one. And sometimes your shaft will have it, but get one of these. So what we're gonna do is I showed you guys the part numbers and everything on these, if the camera can focus. And let's see if the camera can see it. Right there, that's one. And this is the gear. This is a 34. Couldn't find nothing else, but you could go up to like 29, probably below that. This little guy. Anyways, so unpacking this little guy, we're gonna zoom in now so you guys can see the product itself. Let's bring the camera a bit closer. Whoa, where you going, Mr. Camera? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have to zoom out a bit now. Anyways, this little guy in the package, it does have, where's my scissor? Okay, so in the package, you got a couple of screws. So you got 3 screws in there. Oh, they got their own little housing on the side. Okay, so this is all you're gonna get in this package. Center spool with 3 screws. Okay, and with the gear, with this gear you got a gear, and you got a little package with a couple of little bit of hardware, which is screws and shims. Anyways, in our case, I love using red thread lock. A lot of people use blue, so you can get blue, but I am a fan of a red. This red here, it doesn't bother me because the tools I got, it comes out pretty easy. So pretty much, you take your gear, goes right onto, it's only gonna go one way. You see the numbers on this side? So that's not the side, so opposite side has holes in it, and they're bigger. Anyways, I have never, because I built few of these, I have never figured out how these shims and everything goes. But all I know is, what I do is, I take these chrome looking, oval looking little guys, I put a bolt right through, okay, and I take one of these. Let me match up one of my tools. So let's get the tools going at the same time. So I do use ProTech tools, and this fits pretty good there. Oops, we're rolling. Anyways, you don't need a lot of thread lock, so what I like to do is I like to put just a small little spot, just like that. Camera probably can't even focus. So this goes right through, and it's gonna hold it. So if anybody know where this little washers that they give you, these shiny little chrome washers, just post it down below link in the video. Just leave a comment down below. So we're gonna take another one, and we got 2 there. We're gonna take another guy. Thread lock. You don't want this baby coming loose ever once it's in there. Anyways, that's that. Let's see. Make sure you tighten these really good. Make sure you tighten them nice and firm, and go evenly, so you don't just go wild on one side and tighten one and then everything is just crooked. So I have built the spool from my Vendetta originally. I used the same little shaft that was in there. I removed the slipper clutch, and we put a 34 on it, and that's the one from the Limitless and 34 gear. It has holes on both sides. We was able to manage to get them right in the center. I do have a video on that. And if you don't want to get this, you can do that. But that thing just doesn't give me confidence when it's going to die out on me while I'm running this guy. So anyway, nice and tight. Nice and tight. Once I feel it's nice and firm, I'm all done. Let this baby dry. While it's in the car, while you're still building the car, it can dry out. And this little guy right here, this little guy goes into one of the spots. You're gonna need it, okay? You're gonna need this, okay? And I'm not sure. I think it goes on this side, and this is where the shaft connects to. I believe so. But my friend told me to just pick it up, so I picked it up. So we're actually gonna find out where it goes. Anyways, there it is. We have the spool for the Arrma Vendetta, and everything that you need to know is in this video. So we do have a Mega here, so we're gonna take the transmission apart and put this baby in there. Let's see how this all works out. So let's remove the body. Same thing for the Vendetta. It's the same process. My Vendetta is all set. So we're gonna change the system completely. This guy gotta go. The Valenium motor gotta go. I didn't get much out of it, but anyways, we're gonna take out this little guy right here. And let's move the shaft out of here. So these are one of the best shafts. You don't want to go aluminum. Trust me. My friend Miguel, RC Boricua, he has one of these and he ran it. Woo! That thing destroyed everything inside the car. Check out his channel. RC Boricua for life. I'll put a link down below. Anyways, let's remove this transmission. So it's just we just got one bolt down here that we had to take out, and then the whole thing will just come out. Okay, so one little bolt right in the center here, and this baby comes right off, and this little red guy right in the center here has to come out. So you can use a screwdriver. Usually I just grab anything and I just do that to it, and it just moves out of the way and it sits there. Anyways, the next step here is a little bit complicated. So you need to do the same thing like we pushed that, but you need to push the whole transmission. I usually put something down here, and then at the same time I try to push back from both sides, but this got to be lifted, otherwise it will not work properly. Once it lifts out and it holds, you should be able to just go back, back, and back, and back, and your transmission will completely come out with the motor and everything. That's how simple this baby is to take apart. But time for us to take that spool, put it onto this baby. Okay, so this is the real stuff right here right now. Okay, what you guys gonna see here is the real stuff. Okay, what we're gonna do next is I want to just open this guy up. I don't even know why we're missing a bolt. We must have been working on it. Supposed to have 3 bolts in here. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, once this guy is off, 3 bolts you take off, and this whole thing just split open just like that. So you do have this little guy in here. Works amazing, but at one point it will give up on you. Anyway, so what we're gonna do here is this little guy simply sits in there just like that. Look at that. Nice and flush, and it spins like a butter. Anyways, what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna get rid of this motor here. Okay, I do not like this motor. I do not want anything to do with this motor anymore. So we're gonna put a castle motor in this baby. So I don't know how I'm going to get this guy out of there with gear on it. So I'm going to have to remove the gear off it. I'm going to have to go grab more tools. So here's more tools. We got tools, no worries. We got everything on the spot. So let's remove this gear. And that red thread lock is awesome stuff. So this is a 22 over here. So I'm gonna have to get this shit off and come back to you guys, because that red guy is amazing stuff. So let me get this off. Sometimes I gotta heat it a bit and it comes right off. Okay, so we got our gear off. The reason why I use red is because red is something that gives me the security that, so we bashed this guy before, so it got dirt, and it catches a lot of dirt in there anyway. Anyways, red gives me more security than blue, because I had blue come off on me before, so we don't want to go through that ever again. The experience is not fun when your car is going even 80-90 mile per hour. That thing is no joke when it's moving. Anyways, to make things long things short, this guy is gonna sit there just like that. So as you can see, look at the depth that it comes out, and check out the depth that is gonna come out. So that is just fine there. See the same amount of depth that it came out from both sides with both of these. So that's perfectly fine. So we got one of the bearings. So what we need to do is we need to get this second bearing out of there. So this second bearing I'm gonna have to take out. We're gonna have to turn this guy, which is not easy. Okay, you see this little guy? This is the shaft that is gonna go out of there. You can. I had my friend cut that piece, so you can cut that if you like. But best thing to do is just get another one. He cut this and put this in, so that's what he did there. So we need our bearing here. So this bearing, so this little guy is not gonna come out so easy. So we got a little shaft there. So we're destroying this whole mechanism over here. I will put it back together, that way at least it's there whenever we're gonna need it. So this is the bearing we're gonna need now, which is not gonna be easy to get out of there. Well, it should come right off that. It's moving. I'm trying to do it with my teeth. So guys, let me get this off and we'll be right back. Okay, while I was removing this, I noticed this bearing is shot, so there's no point of me putting this guy in. Okay, all these little pieces. Anyway, so we're gonna leave that alone. We gotta get another bearing. Okay guys, so we did figure out the solution here. Oh, first of all, we put the motor in, and we got a bearing and a bearing and a bearing up here. So you might want to cut a small little slot of a hole right there, so you can do this. You can reach in there to get to the grub screw on the gear, and right from over here, if I can see it. Okay, right now it's loose. Okay, I don't have it in this end. I do have it right here. This is where it's at. Okay, I'm gonna have to see where exactly it's at. So there it is, right here. So the grub screw is right there. So what you want to do here is notice one thing. Okay, so this is where you're gonna reach your grub screw from right here. But notice one thing. You're not gonna be able to reach the little screws to tighten the motor, but you do need to get a great mesh. You don't want it too tight, you don't want it too loose. So make sure you get your motor, everything where it belongs, and then don't tighten your gear yet. And what I want to do here is, let's come back up a bit. Put your motor together where it belongs, just like that, and check your mesh. Okay, make sure this is nice and firm and straight. That way you can feel it. You want to take out your gear. You want to tighten up the two little screws that holds the motor in place. Go easy on them, because the motor will move. See, motor will move if anything. And then this is just a trial here, so I'm gonna be doing this professionally off the camera, but I'm gonna be doing the same exact thing. Okay, and then make sure your mesh is good, and make sure you put the cover on, and then check it, because it will not be centered unless the cover's on. Okay, so I've kind of like it right there, so I'm gonna lock up everything right there where it's at and put everything back together, and then put the cover on, and then you can slightly just turn this once the cover is on, and just like this. Okay, let's see if it sits good. Just want to, you don't want to lock up anything, even the bolts. You can lock up these bolts, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. So what you want to do here is you want to put on this cover, and you see that? There you go. I'm still not flush, pretty much. There you go. You hear that? I love that. That's a perfect mesh right there for me. And that's it. Make sure everything's nice and tight. You put it back in the vehicle, and you're gonna see this baby run. I am gonna be converting my Mega and Fraction Mega to Vendetta. It's gonna be a blue color, so you'll see that out in the field with this motor. This is a 1515 2200 kV right there. So this baby is gonna be running really good. So in here we got 27 and a 34. Okay, this is a 27, I believe so. Okay, let's just count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Exactly. 27, 34. And you can switch up to 29, 34 and go back and forth. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching my video. I'm gonna just make sure everything is confirmed and good. Motor is nice and tight, and readjust everything. Make sure you put thread lock. So got this baby in. Check that out. Still working on it. We're gonna put GRPs on these. We're gonna convert the hubs and everything. Okay, so stay tuned for videos on that. Perfect. So far looking good, and this little guy goes right there just like that. And then I put some bearings on this guy. It works great. So we're gonna get our shaft on this side, and this side we're just gonna push back, and shebang, we got a working drivetrain there. Look at that. Perfect. If you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to leave me a message down below. How Racing showed you all the pieces. Pick them all up. That's all you need. The spool, gear, and that little red piece right there. And that's it. Same thing for Vendetta. Same thing for the trucks, the Big Rock, and all these.